Okay, it's April 10th. I was just told by Debbie that they have removed the cigarette burns. Got a blown seal in that window. I'm in the kitchen though, over here at the home you're buying, and just kind of documenting some things. The dishwasher's fairly new. I did come in here, and I can see it's parquet flooring. I can see where there's a little bit of a dip there, and I had come over here with a hammer. Yeah, it is a little punky. That's a little more solid, a little bit punky there, and it's a little kind of punky here too. Looking under the sink, it looks like there's been some leaks that have happened in that. Most people replace this parquet flooring anyways. I did look at the seal on the dishwasher. It looks a little bit like there's been some hard water stains on it. It may need to be leveled if it wasn't put in properly. The water can leak out the front. Not really sure. But the floor, I mean, it feels pretty solid, and this parquet stuff can be a little bit punky sounding anyways. But I mean, it doesn't even, I think you're going to want to replace this anyways. These were the cigarette burns here in this corner, and there's one out here by itself in the kitchen. I'm going to just try and go through, and it doesn't look like they've done anything with the deck. Grass is getting pretty long. I've talked to Debbie about that. She said you guys had asked about that. They are supposed to mow that. What has come back on the appraisal is the fact that now by sending it to the VA and getting the cigarette butts, they put moss. They did acknowledge the sink, and it is pretty rough looking. They're $20 at Home Depot, but we'll have to get that replaced. And strap down the hot water heater. That was something that the appraiser didn't have, and they added, which, there is strapping up top here that is in place. I don't know if that's not considered adequate, but it's definitely is strapped on top. It just probably didn't look like it in the picture. You couldn't see that, but you can put a couple more straps if we have to. We can get that done. The exposed wiring, is just like I thought. It's the part of the garage, that's the firewall. That's required, and you can see it goes all the way up. That's the fire break that's required from a garage to any place where there's contiguous living space. This wall is as you're walking up to the house, and that is not living space on the other side, so it's not sheetrock, nor is the front of it or the side over here. But there's your exposed wiring. It's coming through here and going up, and I think if it's within so many feet, basically if you could reach it or like drive a nail into it, they try to have it be covered, and where it's just kids couldn't grab it and yank on it and maybe get lit up. But a lot of garages, this sheetrock just is covered, covers all that. So somebody's trying to call me now on my phone, and I'm going to just try to keep things going here for now. So we can get this done, but that's your exposed wiring. It's not like I don't see any wiring that's like exposed wiring that you could touch and it would light you up. It's just the wiring for all the different receptacles and things. Some people would just sheetrock this up, and then you won't have that issue. So coming back into the home again, that's the deck that apparently they're saying they're going to replace. Coming back to the back bathroom. This bathroom I didn't see any cigarette burns in. That one was okay, but the master, there is a gouge in the vinyl in the entryway here, right down. I don't know if you can see it or not. It kind of blends in. I'm not even, oh, there it is. Yeah. And then there was a burn, little one right there, and one over here. And this was the counter that had some burn marks in it. But this is the sink, and in the mirror you can see the rusted out overflow deal. So these are $20 ceramic sinks at Home Depot. I'm sure we can get that worked out. course, missing a couple bulbs, and looks like the fan is hanging down. Nobody say anything about that, but I don't know if that's part of this whole skylight thing. Maybe they were trying to look at. But that is that. I'm gonna try to come through. You know, the electrical, I noticed a couple of outlets like in the master bedroom. This one's kind of pushed in. And then you know, there's just a couple of spots that look like there might have been a little bit of arcing on that outlet there, I noticed. And out in the kitchen I saw one that looked a little suspect. Might not be a bad idea to have an electrician come in and just kind of go in and look at these. But see, this one here, this is in the kitchen, which you could put your GFCIs in here anyways and just replace that. But sometimes it's what's being plugged in. Other times it's just an old outlet that could use some updating. But you know, if it were me, I'd probably have an electrician just come in and kind of look at everything and you know, do your GFCIs and kind of get everything else looking good, so you don't have to worry about it. Outside, I didn't really see a whole lot of damage that they had talked about. There, I did see the damage to the right of the garage door. I didn't see a lot of siding damage. A lot of it's kind of weed eater stuff, and this, I'm not really sure, but you know, it looks like that piece of wood down there that's a little bit beat up. But you know, the garage door overall is all intact, and there's a little bit of chewed up over here. You know, and the downspouts not being like this one doesn't have a elbow on it, and in the back it stops kind of shy, and so you know, I don't see anything that they're not doing that seems terribly major, although the electrical, I definitely would have it checked out and you know, get that all straightened out. But apparently the hose bib, it was either this one in the front or the one in the back that's now working. Sometimes they get a little sticky after they've been sitting not used, but gutters, you can see, are definitely full. That thing's overflowing with pine needles right there, but apparently they're going to clean all that out. That's part of the deal. So there you go. Hopefully that gives you a pretty good feel for what's going on. And yeah, I think I've got everything covered. I'm going to come out here in the kitchen and look at this sheet here. I had brought it from, so rot in the north side of home by downspout. I didn't really see that, but damage to front side of garage, saw that. No GFCIs, exposed wiring, extending the downspouts, crawl space, the vapor barrier, plumbing lines not insulated, leak from drain pipe in main bath. So that might be, just needs a little bit of fixing up. Those are usually pretty simple. I don't know if it's in the crawl space or underneath the sink. You have to get clarification on that. And like I said, the kitchen floor by the dishwasher, and then GFCI in kitchen. So yeah, you can get the GFCI outlets put in like we talked about. I noticed there's a cutting board that's supposed to slide in there and have a little oak facade too that's missing, that you might end up having put back later, depending on what you do with the kitchen and the cabinets and that. But there you go. Okay.